What happens when you witness paranormal activities with your eyes? Moments when humans saw what they weren't supposed to encounter. This video is going to leave you at your edge. It was April 13th, 2021. He had all his cameras on and his mission was clear: find the man in the green cloak. But as he passed through the small village, something unexpected happened. An old man agreed to talk, but only in secret, without the cameras. He claimed about the man, the one in the green cloak, saying he couldn't speak. He wasn't dangerous, just strange. Sometimes the man would visit an abandoned house that had been empty for 2 years. The same abandoned house that was about to be explored by this YouTuber.
Уже стемнело, пока я переносил сюда все вещи. По словам этого местного жителя, здесь не живут уже как 2 года. В этом сарае, как он мне... О, с мешка. В этом сарае, как мне сказали, был забой для скота. Опа. А куда делся гроб?
The local warned him about the house near the well, which was closer to where his tent was set. Something evil lived around there. The girl who had drowned in the well once lived in that house. Her family died shortly after she did. The legend claimed that after midnight, the girl would rise from the well and walk back to her house. And it didn't stop here. As he said, demonic creatures would follow her from the depths of the well, bringing chaos to the cursed home. That night, he decided to spend the night in the house, to see if the legend was true.
Все свои вещи и дожидаться 12 ночи. Уже 21:01. Попробовал все же. Электричество, да, здесь реально нету. Расставил камеры. Одну камеру здесь. Это с ночным режимом. Одну GoPro в этом углу. Фокус попал. Так. Одну с ночным режимом здесь. GoPro там. Так, все, друзья, буду дожидаться 12 часов. Сейчас 23:50. Осталось... Опа.
At 11:50 p.m., he could feel shivers running down his spine. The silence was suffocating. Every creak of the old house seemed louder in the stillness. Just 10 minutes left, then it was April 13th, 12 a.m.
Время 58 минут. Пока все тихо. 59 минут. Опа. «13 апреля, 12:00. Пока полная тишина. Все камеры я еще не включал, все. Вот сейчас что-то стукнуло.
At first, nothing, just silence. But then, a faint sound, like a creak, came from outside. His heart raced. He prayed it wasn't the man in the green cloak. Then the shed door moved slowly. He could hear his heart beating fast. He remembered the old man's warning. Mirrors hold paranormal energy. He turned on all his cameras, hoping to capture something. Anything.
Надеюсь, это не тот мужик. Фонарик. Кто там? Мужик. Охренеть.
Then, out of the corner of his eye, he saw something moving across the windows. He wasn't sure anymore. His mind was playing tricks, but it felt real. Suddenly, the front door swung open with a violent crash. The air was electric, like he had been shocked. He felt a sharp pain in one of his hands with which he was recording.
Обычно вся паранормальная энергетика возле зеркала, либо в зеркале. Видео вроде реально сейчас двинулась книга. Или это мне показалось?
For the next half hour, the house was eerily quiet, save for a few loud bangs coming from the walls. He turned off the lights, relying only on his night mode cameras. It was 4:03 a.m. when the knocks started. First on the windows, then the doors.
Током ударило. Охренеть. Вот, друзья, на время я на улице лучше. Что-то мне здесь реально не по себе. Полчаса, как уже полная тишина. Пока что ничего не происходит. Пару раз только вот здесь грох и в дверь.
Just as quickly as it began, it stopped. The dawn broke, and the house was calm as if nothing happened during the night.
Все, уже рассвет, все прекратилось. Думаю, что сюда еще раз нужно будет вернуться, но уже с ЭГФ. Вот тот колодец. На свой инстаграм я всегда загружаю фото с новых видео, поэтому, друзья, подписывайтесь на мой инстаграм, ссылка будет в описании, а также на группу ВКонтакте. Всем пока.
He knew he had to come back, but next time he wouldn't be alone. He'd bring proper ghost hunting gear. The well outside, though, that was something he wouldn't forget. With that being said, let's move on to our second case. On April 19th, 2022, this YouTuber decided to record paranormal activities inside an abandoned old house. Everything seemed quite normal at the start, but things were about to take a very horrifying turn.
Pessoal, eu peguei a outra câmera, tá? Essa minha câmera aqui, tá? Bateria cheia. Não muito, mas encheu bastante. Tem muito tempo aqui ainda, tá? Cara, é impressionante, pessoal. Isso me arrepia aqui dentro, que vocês não têm noção. Opa!
Once he was done settling his camera in the living room, he decided to explore the dining room for one more time. Little did he know it would become his nightmare in the next few seconds.
Dá uma olhada nisso, pessoal.
While he was trying to set another paranormal device on the table, he got hit by a chair that came flying out of nowhere. Not only that, when he turned to his camera to review the footage, the chairs in the dining area got stacked upon one another in the meantime. Isn't it scary? Was some ghost doing all this? But things get even more horrifying when he starts observing the ceiling.
Opa. Cara. Pessoal, a câmera tá aqui no tripé, tá? Ela acaba tombando, ela faz isso aqui, ó. Depois eu mostro pra vocês ali no espelho como que é que acontece, tá? Opa. Cara, olha isso, pessoal. Cara, dá uma olhada nisso, mano. Dá uma olhada nisso, pessoal. Cara, eu tô inteiro arrepiado. Pra vocês aqui, ó, tá? O que acontece com a câmera aqui, certo? Ela acaba fazendo isso aqui, pessoal. Acaba fazendo isso, tá?
Everything around him was giving him a sign to leave this house as soon as possible. Someone, or something, was not happy about his presence there. The suitcase tilting on its own and tap running water when no one else was even around. It was enough to believe that he was surrounded by something that was out of this world. Something paranormal. While he was lying on the table, the mattress that he had just picked up from the floor tried to cover the door, as if the spirits don't want their activities to be recorded like this.
Cara, a presença de que tem algo próximo a mim aqui é impressionante.
The blood on the floor and crossings everywhere around the house were a clear representation of him being unlinked by whatever creature was living around the house. This case proves that whatever was inside that abandoned house didn't want to be disturbed, leaving the YouTuber with terrifying evidence of a very real and unsettling paranormal presence. Let's move on to our third case. On May 8th, 2018, in Hadera, this man had just moved into his new house, alone and excited, but that excitement quickly turned to terror. While unpacking, a loud banging came from the next room. He froze as no one else was there. Shivers ran down his spine as he went to check. When he reached the door, it was slamming shut on its own again and again with no one behind it. So what was causing these insane banging voices? No wind around the house, but just banging, like something trapped inside wanted out. His phone shook in his hands as he recorded it, realizing this wasn't just a house. It was haunted. Something sinister was there, and it didn't want him around. Moving on to our eeriest paranormal activity till now. On January 6th, 2021, in Pakistan, in a village far from the city, this YouTuber decided to visit a construction site that had been closed for quite a while. He stood in the empty field, staring at the old house in the distance. The house was meant to be a new building, but something about it felt wrong. The laborers had told them about strange events. He remembered how they whispered about stones being thrown and tools moving on their own, and soon all the rumors he heard about this place were about to come true.
तो दोबारा उन्होंने फिर इस मकान को बनाने की कोशिश की है और सेम वही उनके साथ वाक़यात पेश आए हैं। तो वो कहते हैं कि यहाँ पर काफ़ी खौफज़दा हो चुके हैं। वो कहते हैं कि यहाँ पर हमें काम करना बहुत मुश्किल हो चुका है, क्योंकि यहाँ पर ये एक मकान, यहाँ पर ना आसे पास इसके कोई इतनी आबादी नहीं है। तो ये मैंने आपको पहले ही बताया था कि एक ऐसी हवेली थी जो काफ़ी सालों पुरानी थी, उसे ख़त्म करके तो उसी जगह पर ये अल्लाहु अकबर इमारत दोबारा बनानी।
The more they stayed, the clearer it became. Something was haunting this place. But it became obvious when they turned their camera from one room to another.
वो देखिए वो क्या चीज़ खड़ी है। ये वही चीज़ मैंने पहले भी देखी थी यहाँ पर। देखिए कैसे आस्ता आस्ता चल रही है। अल्लाहु अकबर। देखें इस तरफ ही आ रही है, इधर को जा रही है। देखें नाज़रीन, इस जगह पर ये चीज़ मैंने देखा है।
Just like that, the figure disappeared. The rumors about witches performing black magic were enough to understand the haunting aura all over this place. And now he has witnessed it all with his own eyes.
ये क्या चीज़ हो सकती है जो बड़ी आस्ता आस्ता चल रही है। अभी थोड़ी देर पहले इसने कुछ आवाज़ भी निकाली थी। अल्लाह अकबर, अल्लाह अकबर। देखे मुझे इसी चीज़ ने जोर से धक्का दिया। ये देखिए, ओए ओए, अल्लाह अकबर, अल्लाह अकबर। ओए ये देखे, काफ़ी घबराहट सी महसूस हुई मुझे। मैं तो परेशान ही हो गया था काफ़ी। ये देखे, यहाँ किसी ने, ये देखे कितनी ज़मीन, यहाँ पर इतनी गीली ज़मीन पर किसी ने आग जलाई है। अल्लाह अकबर। उस तरफ से तो मुझे ऐसे लगा जैसे मेरी तरफ आ रही हो वो चीज़। अल्लाह अकबर। ये देखें, मैं जिधर को भी जाता हूँ मेरे आगे की तरफ खड़ी होती है।
Was it a ghost or some evil witch trying to scare this man off? He couldn't shake the feeling that something evil was living in that place. With that being said, let's move on to our fifth piece of paranormal footage. On September 8th, 2022, in Long Beach, on the Queen Mary, room B340, he was suddenly hanging out there when, all of a sudden, the air felt eerie, and even the ticking sound of the clock became obvious.
Ask it one last
We've been
time.
doing challenges, but I saw the washroom door open. I will never unsee that. I forget.
It's moving.
Suddenly, the hanger on the closet rattled and swayed as if something unseen had touched it. Before he could react, the door slammed shut with a force that shook the walls. Chills ran down their spines and they ran to save themselves. But what were those paranormal forces?
I will never unsee that. I forget.
It's moving.
What's going on? Oh my god!
Bro, what the hell is happening, bro?
Will they ever be able to hang out in this room again? With these questions still in our minds, let's move on to our next piece of paranormal footage. On July 2nd, 2013, in a cemetery during a bright, sunny day, they couldn't believe what they were witnessing. A girl, dressed in all white, was running through the cemetery. She was barefoot, her hair wild, and was just walking across the graveyard.
I've been recording the whole time. Yo, me and Eon seen this bitch walking through the cemetery,
blowing it,
running through the cemetery and landed on a f***ing tombstone.
Yeah, she was blowing it. She landed on the tombstone. She was blowing it. Hey, what you doing, girl?
Yo, that shit is creepy as.
What the?
What happened?
What the you doing?
Why she touching other people's graves?
Yo, she just bust her head on the other grave though.
Did she?
She got on no shoes, bro.
What she just grabbed?
A flower. She just grabbed a flower. She got on no shoes.
Yo, Boogie, we watching a f***ing ghost. She. Yo, don't say that to her. Don't say that to her. I'm scared as shit. Cause what if she, nigga, she knows where you live, nigga. Live across the street from the cemetery.
I'll shoot that.
Nigga, this is crazy.
Yo, what the? Yo, I see. Yo, where the blunt at? Pass the blunt. Pass the blunt. I cannot. Nah. She was blowing it. Did you see how she tripped over that tombstone?
She landed on a tombstone.
On it, on her head. And she planned this. Yo!
There's no way in fuck she planned this, Boogie.
Yo!
She ain't answering nobody. She ain't look at us.
Yo, girl, the whole way!
Yo, girl, no way.
You scaring me! You really scaring me! You scaring the shit out of me! Yo! You scaring the shit out of me!
She tripped and hit her head on a grave, but didn't make a sound. She stood up and started spinning and laughing, but something about it felt wrong.
Go home! Go home!
Yo, Boogie, she gonna come back
Yo.
and she gonna be sitting right in front of your house, nigga. And I'm gonna pop that bitch. Yo, she ran through the cemetery and was walking.
Yo, I wish I still had that BB gun.
Yo, you gotta let her go. Maybe she's like hurting
Oh,
or
why
something.
was she running that fast though?
But why she just stopped and take
Why she
someone
got
else?
all white?
She took someone else's flower, nigga.
She's swinging it. She's having fun, B. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go karate kick this.
Yo, this is
She
the
ran?
creepiest shit that I've ever seen
No.
in my life.
My nigga, yo, bitch had a picnic in there the other day.
Picnic, nigga. She has on all white and she's running and jumping on people's
on the
tombstones. Yo, you crazy bitch.
You look crazy.
Nigga, she's jumping on people's tombstones.
What? And she, oh my god.
She's spinning this shit? Nah.
World star.
World star. Where'd she go?
World star.
Where'd she go?
She took flowers from someone else's grave, not even noticing that someone was watching all of her moves. They whispered and tried to draw her attention, but the girl kept moving, dancing around like she didn't belong in this world.
Hold on, she went behind the tombstone. She went behind that tombstone right there, that big one. Yo, Mo. Yo, Mo, she's gone, Mo. Yo, Mo, she's gone.
Go, pass the blunt.
Nah, f up. We gotta find her.
No, I don't want to find
I'm holding this camera like that. Take that. I'm holding this camera until she come out from behind that tombstone.
Yo, she's not coming back.
Nigga, she's gone. Where the did she go? We watched her walk behind the tombstone and she's gone. Where you go?
Where you go? Yo?
What is that?
Oh, no.
Suddenly, she ran behind a tombstone and just vanished into thin air. They stared, waiting for her to come back, but she was just gone. And in that moment, he knew she wasn't human.
Boogie, where the f did she go? She went behind that tombstone right there. I'm got the camera on the tombstone because I see when she went.
Is that her? No, that's a tree.
No, nigga, she went behind the f***ing tombstone. That one. God damn it, I can't even point out which one, nigga. I'm gonna try to point out. It's that one.
Yeah,
if you can see where my finger's at, she went behind that tombstone right there, right in front of my finger.
Yo, we moving.
Nigga, she went behind the tombstone and she's gone, nigga. Nigga, yeah, I'm done. I'll record again when this comes back out from behind the tombstone.
With this paranormal eerie footage coming to an end, let's move on to our next footage. On October 22nd, 2022, this YouTuber stood at the edge of the dark forest, waiting to witness some legit paranormal activity. The last time he was here, someone told him about a creature that looked like a tree, a creature wandering in the shadows. Now he had returned, determined to find it.
Привет! Ты снова на канале Искатель Призраков. Многие меня просили, чтобы я оставил камеру для того, чтобы запечатлеть существо наподобие дерева. В прошлом выпуске я увидел какой-то непонятный объект в лесу. Что самое интересное, эта дорога находится неподалеку от дороги, где ездят машины. Я пришел специально сюда пораньше. Я хочу подготовиться. Спущусь вниз сюда, в этот каньон, где это чудище выходило. Возможно, здесь неподалеку есть его логово. Я еще пока не знаю, но очень сильно хочу разобраться. Еще отдельное спасибо хочу сказать моим спонсорам. Спасибо тебе, Winterswind, спасибо тебе, Гэби, за то, что вы оформляете спонсорство. Этим вы помогаете каналу, и благодаря вам могут выходить новые видео. Я благодарен вам, то, что вы оформляете это спонсорство ежемесячно. Ну а сейчас, друзья, я вам покажу, как выглядит этот каньон сверху, и буду спускаться туда вниз. Не переключайтесь.
The canyon below seemed like it had no end, its dark depths calling to him. He set up a circle of salt and candles, hoping to summon whatever lived in the woods.
Темнело. Нахожусь я здесь часа 3. Нарисовал круг. Поставил свечи. Пытался связаться с духами леса, но ничего не получилось. Сейчас, я надеюсь, этот свет привлечет сюда это существо. Здесь кто-то есть в этом лесу. Из потусторонних сил или сущностей.
Hour after hour passed, and the night showed no signs of any ghosts or paranormal creatures. Just as he began to lose hope, strange noises echoed from the darkness. His heart raced as something moved, something big. Is there anyone here? He whispered. He wasn't even able to speak properly.
Какие-то звуки. Не пойму откуда. Охренеть, там же камера.
Suddenly, a shadow shifted, and there it was, a towering figure like a twisted tree creeping closer. Panicked, he grabbed the camera, his legs shaking. Go away, get out, but the creature didn't stop. It was merciless. It was too late. He had summoned something far more terrifying than he could have imagined. On February 2nd, 2024, he was just a boy guarding the empty construction site when the strange things began. At first, it seemed like a trick of the wind. A chair suddenly lifted into the air, floating for a moment before crashing to the ground. His heart pounded, but it wasn't over. From the corner of his eye, he saw something move. Something white yet scary with its hair open. A creature, white as a ghost, appeared on one of the floors above him. Its movements were quick, unnatural. 1 second it was there, and then, without a sound, it was on another floor, jumping through the air like it had no weight. He couldn't believe his eyes. Every time he looked, the creature was in a different spot, like it was playing some terrifying game. The boy didn't have the slightest idea what was happening around him. Whatever this thing was, it wasn't human. And now it knew he was there. Moving on to our 9th piece of eerie footage for this video, which will leave you at the edge. On October 8th, 2023, This man stood frozen in the doorway, eyes wide as the kitchen drawers slid open and slammed shut over and over. The sound echoed through the house, each bang louder than the last. There was no one else there, just him, and whatever unseen force was playing its terrifying game. The air felt thick, like something was watching. The temperature dropped, and his breath came out in cold puffs. A shadow flickered in the corner, but when he looked, nothing was there. The drawers slammed one final time, and the room fell into an eerie silence. What kind of forces were trying to scare him? Will he stop living in this house? With that being said, let's move on to our last piece of footage for this video. On March 14th, 2019, this man was exploring one of the deserts when he witnessed this. He was standing in the scorching heat of the Portuguese desert when he saw it. At first, it looked like a man, but something was wrong. The figure moved slowly, its limbs too long, its gait unnatural. For just a few seconds, the creature walked in the open, then slipped behind a bush and vanished.
Caralho, velho. Puta, onde que tá agora, pô? Olha lá, olha lá. Véi do céu. Falei que eu tava vendo alguma coisa. Lá do teu lado, lá, pô. Nem 4 horas ainda, velho. Ainda tempo nem pra Lençóis, voltar pra Bauru ainda.
Could hardly breathe. The stories of the chupacabra flooded his mind, but this was worse. Its presence felt real, dangerous. The desert felt more empty now. Yet he knew something was still wandering out there. In conclusion, the eerie experiences captured in these paranormal investigations highlight just how mysterious and terrifying the unseen world can be. From haunted houses to deserted forests, from ancient legends to modern encounters, each case showcases moments where reality and the supernatural blur into one. Whether it's ghostly apparitions, poltergeist activity, or strange creatures lurking in the shadows, these moments left a lasting impression, not only on those who experienced them, but on all who dare to watch. The paranormal is out there, waiting to be uncovered. These stories remind us of just how close it can be. For more videos like this, make sure you hit the subscribe button and like this video. Comment below on which case you find the most terrifying. Don't forget to press the bell icon for future notifications.